I'm telling you, sometimes Bleach just never ceases to amaze me. It's me, Captain Viles. Today, it's We Live Action. You already know what it is. I'm here to bring you yet another Bleach review this week. This is Bleach chapter 580, titled The Light. Now, we see this chapter starts out where the last one picks up from when members of Squad 11, they're running towards Kenpachi, and then they get hit by this big giant thunderbolt. And we see it's none other than Star Knight T, the thunderbolt. And at that point, we see she's getting scolded because the fact that her powers, you know, she was told her powers was overrated and she didn't even get all of them in one good swipe, but she didn't care. She just said, you know, they're cannon fire or whatever. I can take them all out regardless. And we see Kenpachi, whether he flash steps or he gets up real quick, he gets right behind Star Knight, he goes to slash her, and we see she does some type of thunderbolt, lightning, electricity, teleport or maneuver, evades him, gets right behind him, hit him with a thunderbolt, and then we see the other girl, she comes and just hits Kenpachi very hard, gets knocked straight to the ground. I haven't seen Kenpachi get knocked to the ground like that ever. I was thinking like, what the hell? And we see other members of Squad 11, they start to run towards Kenpachi. And we see Star Knight T, she goes to say like, it's crazy how he's able to still move like that, you know, like after especially fighting Grimmy. And those members that are running towards Kenpachi, we see, here comes, this is the one that just messed me up, but not the most. Star Knight G, the glutton. Her mouth just stretches and she just starts getting down and chomping on these motivators like it's a damn Thanksgiving feast. And it's like, that was the biggest head scratcher to me. I mean, that was not expected at all. She's just standing there, just calm, just chill. But her damn lips is all the way over here, just getting down. And, you know, she goes to mock them, saying they taste nasty, and, you know, she had worse appetizers. And then, at that point, Kenpachi, this guy, he's still conscious. And Star Knight T, she gets pissed off about it, hits him with a big, giant jolt of lightning. And then the members, they still go towards Kenpachi, and we see Star Knight P for the power. Had this big-ass structure, just threw it down, crushes them all. As I'm reading this, I'm thinking like, these motivators are getting slaughtered. And then it cuts to the last one. Star Knight Z for the zombie. This Soul Reaper cuts her. We see that her body halfway split. She's still alive and talking in an expression on her face. I mean, you see blood all on her. Blood is on the Soul Reapers. And she goes on to explain her ability and says, well, if my blood gets on you, you know, if you're soaked in my blood, then you become my puppet, my personal puppet, you know, for the zombie. And she made them kill themselves. I mean, blood everywhere. So they go up to Kenpachi, he's muttering his last words. They're all trying to decide who's going to get the final blow. They don't know if they want to do rock, paper, scissors, or whatever. And then you see a big explosion behind them in the sky, and it says to be continued. Now, I'm telling you right now, I have a lot to say about this chapter. First thing first, I want to discuss each and every one of these 4 Star Knights that's in this chapter. You know what, no, before I get to that, one thing I mentioned last week, I said, you know, what do these girls think they're going to do? You know, and I said, I don't see them causing any damage to Kenpachi. Then I was saying, well, maybe he's already fatigued and damaged and hurt. Maybe that'd be their advantage. And we see that's the case. Now, these girls, out of the 4, only 3 of them were impressive to me. Let's start out with in this order. In the exact order. Star Knight T, the Thunderbolt. Okay. You know, yes, I like the lightning electric based characters, but it's been done to death clearly. And I'm still going to reserve my judgment because we only seen quick snippets of their abilities that they use on grunts. We haven't seen their full extent, you know, so I'm going to reserve judgment. But so far, I'm not impressed because she just threw jolts of lightning. Okay. And it was hurting Kenpachi after he got done fighting Grimmy. You know, Grimmy didn't really do a good amount of damage until he put him in that pocket, that galaxy room. That's when Kenpachi really started taking damage. So they were fighting a somewhat fatigued, you know, damaged Kenpachi. So the lightning was hurt. You know, it wasn't like when I was watching the chapter. I mean, reading the chapter, I was thinking like, damn, that's some strong lightning because it's actually hurting Kenpachi. No. You know, when he was reacting from it that it was hurting, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. He just got done getting put in that galaxy room. So with her, not impressed. Gotta see something more. On to Star Knight G, the glutton. that was just crazy. I mean, I don't mind seeing crazy things in the series. I mean, I give it an A for crazy. I mean, I'm not impressed. She just reached out and just started eating them. I mean, I'm thinking like that. All you can do, like, what's the limits to that? Like, how far can it stretch? How much can you eat? Like, what if somebody cut your damn lips off? I mean, what if you go to bite somebody and they're chomping down, they rip your jaw apart like on some King Kong stuff? I mean, so it's like you're just gonna be like Byaku, just standing there, but your mouth gonna be going everywhere trying to bite your opponent. What if you can't catch your opponent? I mean, all those type of things. That's why this seemed impressive towards grunts. So with her, I wasn't impressed. On to the Star Knight P, the power. No. She's just very strong. Keep in mind, like I said, this is so far, like I said, I'm still reserving my judgment. I don't know what else they can do, all right? So, but for this chapter, I wasn't impressed. Out of four of these three, I wasn't impressed. Now, the last one, Star Knight Z, the zombie. Now, a lot of people, I remember when this was talked about chapters and chapters ago, a lot of people guessed this, and you know, and they seem to be right. You know, Star Knight Z for the zombie. I don't think that they guessed what type of ability she had, but for the name that stands for the letter, then yeah, they got that right. I really do like hers. And hers was used in a fashion that I said a long time ago in one of my reviews that Jackie, I wish hers would have been used like this in a sense, because Dirty Boots, we see it originated when the blood from her brother was dripped down on her boots. All right, so always thought it'd be darker, more grotesque and gory if, you know, she cuts herself, or if any blood gets on the boots, you know, she put the blood on there, bam, she gets the power increase like that. But we see with Star Knight Z, this is the case in her with her ability. Blood gets on them, and it kind of reminds me of Zamari. You know, Zamari, whatever he looks at, he can control, which I still don't understand how, like, this guy is number 7. Yeah, I know Eisen ranked him with, you know, according to spiritual pressure, but still, whatever you look at, you control. You got all those eyes. He deserves more credit. But anyway, how he can control things with what he looks at, she controls things whatever her blood gets on. Now that one seems very effective. But like I said, these grunts just seem like a plot device to show off, you know, to showcase their abilities, because these abilities would have had more of a bigger impact if all 4 of them would have killed 4. Nah, I was gonna say if they killed all 4 characters, but I don't think Kubo would do that. Not one chapter. Kill all 4 characters in one chapter. I don't know. But it's similar to when the Visors showed up. You know, when they fought the minnows. Just like that. It seemed like the minnows, you know, Wonder Wife's pet, super chunky, spit out all those minnows. And it seemed like those minnows is what made the Visors seem very powerful and extra sweet. I mean, I'm not saying that they're weak. We see Kubo as being punky them. But everything that they were doing, the first time I seen what the Visors can do, we see when Rose had the minnows, you know, in that little hypnosis spell. When I see the way Love just ripped one apart, Kensei punch her real fast, and then we see now they just get steamrolled over. I'm like, where was that strength and hypeness when the minnows came? You know, so I think it's going to be a similar same case in this matter, because I just don't understand how far they can get with those individual powers. Maybe Star Knight Z, the power, Star Knight P, the power, someone can overcome that strength. I mean, I don't know how strong she really is. I mean, she had a whole structure with just one hand. Star Knight G, like I said, I already went over the flaws in that. And Star Knight T, just shooting the lightning. But like I said, who knows what other abilities, techniques they have with their abilities. But each and every time a Stern Ritter, that's the first time I call Stern Ritter, a Star Knight reveals their ability, I just can't help but to think, damn, they got this from Juha. So that means Juha's mouth can be stretched like that. Juha can control lightning. I mean, Juha, you cut Juha's blood get on you. Like, how is anyone going to fight this guy? Even if there's a group battle at the end, where it's just the whole group. You know, you have the Fullbringers, the Soul Reapers, the Rancars, Ichigo, Ganju, you know. How? I mean, so that means if you cut Juha and his blood get on you, SOL, then it'd be probably shapeshift, and then you got Old Man Yama's Bunkai still, then he had just 26 abilities. It's crazy. Now, as far as that explosion in the sky, I've been reading a lot of theories regarding that. One I read about it, it could be Ichiru, One read it could be nail. Another one, people are saying it resembles a skull. But let's think about it. It's an explosion. Nothing came ripping through the sky, but that could cause an explosion with the way these characters are when they come down real fast. However, who knows? I've read it could be another fight going on. You know, it just could be the impact of another fight, but I doubt that the Kubo would just go to a fight that's already in mid-fight without even the fight being started. You know, I don't think he'd do that. But who do I think it is? It could be Ichigo, or it could be backup from Hueco Mundo. So I'm gonna wrap it up right here. It leads me to two things. Now, which one would you prefer? This being Ichigo, and he come down, he makes his little comment like, oh, nah, it's me saving you, you know, when Ichigo was getting messed up by spot number 5 and Telsa, and that's when Kenpachi came to rescue him. Now it's going to be in this fashion of Ichigo comes, and he may make a little comment like, oh, you got your butt kicked by some girls. Or it could be Grimmjow, the Fullbringers, Urahara Chad, or he may all done from the training, full power, and they're ready to fight. So which one would you prefer? Ichigo coming down and taking on these 4 Star Knights. And knowing, now this is Ichigo, they might, you know, it may get amped up. They might go all into their final holy forms and all take on Ichigo at once to showcase Ichigo's power. And when he's taking on 4 Star Knights in their final holy form. Or would you prefer the appropriate matchups? Like though, like 4 other people come down and they're looking at these 4 girls like, all right, one-on-one, let's do this. So that's my whole thing about it. But overall, I did enjoy the chapter, even though I wasn't impressed really. I did enjoy it. Why? It was full of action. We got revelations as far as abilities and names, and there was a slight story progression. So next week, I really do hope that's Ichigo up in the sky. Give me your thoughts, comments, and concerns. As usual, thanks for watching this review. It's me, Captain Bronze Ace, signing out.